Hey guys, so we are going to hang out with one of my favorite characters, Lady Furina. So this one is really, really good. And I did it once when it first came out, after I, beat the whole Fontaine quest. I did this one and I really haven't done it since. Um the song that they do at the end of the quest, I listened to, but like that whole cinematic part of it. So it's going to be nice for me to see this once again. And of course, who are we? Of course, fucking Catherine. Catherine, you are always cramping my fucking style, bitch. Every fucking time. Every time I want to start a new quest, it's like, oh, you have to go talk to Catherine. She's taking up in his space. Why not have options for both quests? Come on, Hoyo. Get your shit together. Get it 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 like you're Osaka. Get it together. No one's even gonna get that fucking reference. Except for my Azumongo Dio fans. Get it together. Get it together. Ad Astra Abyssosque. Just take a look at this. Great. Yeah, like, it prevents you from starting the quest for that.
Got any new commissions? Specifically one with a huge Moratat, perhaps?
You didn't have to be the more lucrative, the better.
You know we're worth it. For quality work and speedy results, choose Paimon and the Traveler.
It's always a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see. Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
Don't worry about that. We were just kidding. So what's the situation?
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues and is currently unable to perform the role. But the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties, so unfortunately they cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
That does sound like a tricky situation. So basically they're looking for a volunteer?
That's right. Our adventurers reached out to many actresses, but none of them were willing to take the job. There are only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time, they'll probably have to postpone the show. And delays tend to create all sorts of new problems.
Got it. Oh, this one's a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Any ideas? Even if we took the commission, neither of us have any experience starring in musicals.
If you're interested in helping, why not start by having a chat with the requester? He's right over there. Maybe you can't fill the role yourselves, but you might be able to help him figure out another solution. Maybe...
Oh, it's that guy, huh? No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon. Paimon approves, let's go! Hello there, are you the guy looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two. Are you really willing to act in my musical?
Wow, sounds like we're pretty famous in Fontaine already. But to answer your question, neither of us have any experience in musicals. But we heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
I see. It's okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show. It would be such a shame. That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts. All our sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees. If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll disband.
Disband? You're splitting up the troupe?
Oh, I guess the lady at the Adventurers Guild didn't tell you? Yeah, this is supposed to be our final show together as a troupe. One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways. so we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just fizzle out, not after all the time and effort we've invested into it. Yeah, the leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform. The show just won't be the same without her. But for everyone else's sake, I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now. Let's see if we can come up with any ideas. What if we sponsored the show? Traveler, how much more are you carrying?
Please, there's no need to go that far. I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor, and I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
Good point. If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show. We should find someone who will put on the best performance possible. Oh, wait! What about... you know who?
That's right, Voldemort.
That's how you know we're the best of partners. Anyway, she should have all the free time in the world right now. She's really good at performing, and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous. Her? You're... That was a joke, right?
Nope. Paimon doesn't actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paimon's pretty confident that she'd be really good at it.
You're not wrong there. She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. They were one of the reasons she was so popular. But even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a commoner. She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Furina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur troupe like ours. Well, yes, but... Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored to have Lady Furina star in our show. I'm sure the rest of the troupe would be delighted too. I'm sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day. Of course, it all depends on whether she's interested. She might consider this opportunity beneath her.
No point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask her. And besides, things are different now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
Thank you for your help. I guess I'll just stay here and wait for the good news. Good luck.
Wait, where does Furina actually live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's, moved out, right?
As it happens, I have her current address here. I can provide it to you.
Woo! When did you get here?
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case my assistance is needed. It is my duty to support commissioners in any way I can.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well, now that we've got the address, we'll go find Furina. Back in a jiffy.
Bitch over here fucking doxing Furina like that. This guy could be a fucking murderer for all you know. Just like, oh, here's Furina's address. The Little Oceanid. Such a great fucking quest, man. Also, fun fact. If you take these and combine it with this, for some reason, it tastes like beer. Who knew? Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's go see my love, the love of my life. The Little Oceanid. To yesterday of yesteryear. Oh wait, is this when she starts telling us about like pasta and how she likes it because it's so versatile and You know, it's like, oh, one day you can have a bolognese sauce, and next you have like mac and cheese and stuff like. And I agree. I mean, I love how versatile pasta is, because pasta in itself is pretty bland, and what makes the dish is what you put into the pasta.
You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with
Yeah,
you
shut
next
up.
time.
Shut up. Shut up.
Did Catherine really give us the right
Furina,
address?
open up.
She lives
According to the judgment of the Ortrice Mechanique de Annalise now, Furina should open the fucking door.
Not that there's anything wrong with this place. It's just, a bit of a step down from the Palais Marmonia.
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
You also find out, if I remember throughout this quest, these two, not Furina, but the Traveler and Paimon, they are just constantly ragging on this fucking poor girl. Like, constantly saying shit that just seems so out of character for them.
Okay, when did Poppy Got a Thin Air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few
Macaroni.
more bags.
More macaroni, less cheese. Actually, I could see someone needs to make. Ooh, someone needs to get Amber Lee Connors, not Amber. Amber Lee Connors to do that scene of Courage the Cowardly Dog, and you know, do the voice for the more macaroni, less cheese, less macaroni. It like, but Furina's voice, and someone needs to animate it to where it's like Nouvellette and Furina. Perfection. I wonder though. I wonder if I reached out to her. If she is as nice as I think she is, I might have to strike up a conversation with her. But someone needs Nouvellette serving Furina macaroni and cheese, but it's that scene from Courage the Cowardly Dog with the episode Little Muriel, and it's Furina instead. She's like, more macaroni, less cheese, less macaroni, less cheese, more macaroni. Perfect. Oof. I hate macaroni and cheese.
I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food, but now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too.
It can. Don't you get sick of macaroni every day?
Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
I mean, it's true. I mean, that's what, like I said, macaroni is just, it doesn't have a flavor of its own. So whatever you decide to put into it, that's what makes the dish. I mean, I don't think anyone's having just like a bland plate of like spaghetti. No, you're going to have the spaghetti. You're going to have the sauce. You're going to have, you know, whatever else. You're not going to just boil your macaroni, put it on a plate, and then just eat it. No, that's not what makes the dish. This is why I love Furina. Furina is more human than any other character in this game. While everyone else is kind of like very one-sided and very like, oh, this person's always happy. This one's always... She experiences like every fucking emotion, like a human.
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
Is it because you have to do all your own cooking?
How rude! Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity! It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too.
Former Archon loves macaroni and she doesn't like leaving the house. Can this woman be any more perfect? I want to marry you, Furina. Give this Italian man some love.
Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like
Lettre
leche
Pozzolor.
Pozzolor or blubber profiteroles in no time
Profiteroles.
if I felt so inclined.
The way she said profiterole. I love you, Amber. You're such a talented voice actress.
Ah, there it is. You don't know how to cook.
You know, we know another Archon who doesn't know how to cook.
Not yet, maybe, but
Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace. Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoo!
This music hits so much harder now.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay?
I'm kidding. Yeah.
Sorry! We're sorry! Please don't be mad!
Sorry, please stop. I was just showing concern for your well-being. No, she was totally bashing Furina. Like, seriously.
Yeah, exactly! What the Traveler said! Paimon wasn't trying to make fun of you.
I wasn't trying to. I was just naturally doing it.
Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either.
We're here to actually... You know, Furina at this point has all the right to just fucking refuse, you know? We come here bashing where she lives, bashing her fucking choice and you know, just enjoying simpler, easier to make food. And then like, oh yeah, we're here to ask a favor of you. No, fuck you. Fuck you. You don't get to come here, bash this fucking chick who's been through shit and hell for 500 years, bash her, and then be like, oh yeah, we wanted something from you, Furina.
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon. I don't even have a vision, you know.
I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Arch. Yes, you are. You will always be our Archon. Even in the future with anniversary things, Hoyo will always show you as the Archon with, you know, being around the other Archons. You will always be our Archon. You're the best, Furina. I love you.
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
You're the only person for the job.
Oh? Well, if that's the case,
Also, don't
then
mind us. We're just gonna
fine.
bash you the rest of the
I'll
quest.
spare you the lecture about your attitude just now.
She's too nice of a person. Again, she's fully within her right to be like, you know what? No. I don't care what it is. You don't get to come here and give me grief about where I live and my choice of cooking, and then ask me for a favor. It's like, do you know what I've had to deal with for 500 years? What I've had to put up with? Why would I let you come over here and make me deal with your bull crap? Like, Furina is too good of a person.
So tell me, what specifically makes this matter so specific?
But the troops' plans for the final
I
performance.
see. I
Your
knew you couldn't have come all
eternal
this way just to
reward.
amuse yourselves at my expense. After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine.
You still are,
Well-versed in
Furina.
all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities.
You still are. You are still the brightest star in all of Tevat. I mean, as much as I love and adore Columbina, our new Trilune goddess, she still has nothing on you.
But given the present circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you.
Well, because you guys were assholes to me and I don't appreciate it.
True, but I have made a decision to retire from the stage.
What? What are you talking about? You can't just, Yeah, she can. Like, for the last 500 years, she has she needed to treat Fontaine as a stage. She has been performing for 500 years. Give the girl a fucking break.
Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me.
Yeah, after you've played a role for 500 years, you're like, you know what? I'm not doing any more roles. I've acted more than enough for, what was it, 20 generations? I've done my fair share of acting.
Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once was.
I love Furina. She's, like, seriously, this is one character who goes through every emotion. Like, other characters, again, like Amber's like, oh, look at me, I'm Outrider Amber. D-Luke is like, Knights of Favonius, Kaya, You know, Kaya's like, why do you hate me so much? I'm just your mischievous brother. You know, everyone has their own little personality and pretty, you know, one-dimensional. But Furina goes through every emotion. It's kind of like Yehoda, except better. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Yehoda and the fucking faces she makes, but this was Yehoda before Yehoda. This girl could be pretending to be the Archon and over the top 1 second, and then the very next she's fucking screaming, you know, cackling and just, or, you know, crying and sullen the next. This chick goes through every emotion. And that's why she's still like the best written character. Again, even as much as I love Columbina, like Columbina is just like, you know, right next to that might just, and she's generally more just like this. Very one note. You have characters like Arlecchino, who for the most part just are very formal and specific with how they talk. You have a conversation with them and they can carry on and really not lose their cool. But her just fluctuates. It just fluctuates. She's never really one emotion for long. You would think this chick was bipolar with how emotional she gets. Just, oh, I'm happy here, and now, oh, I'm up here and I'm angry. She's the perfect character.
Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again. But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
So that's how you really feel. All you need to worry about, dear spectator, is to witness my performance until the curtains fall.
Paimon can understand, but
Paimon just doesn't want
this
to.
is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
Don't call me
Whether it's
Shirley.
a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross. If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself, which would be the same as not having a boundary in the first place.
I'm just leaving a back door open for myself. Me gusta. No. Obviously, she's going to do it because, you know, the quest should end right there if she was. It's like, well, I'm not going to do it. Boundary, I'm not going to cross. It's like, oh, little Oceanid, quest complete. Obviously, she's going to do it.
So I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
You little Oceanid, quest complete.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare.
Emotional support.
Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
Let's ask Navia.
Short and to the point, okay.
No.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me.
Oh.
Since I'm just an ordinary person now. They'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help.
What's wrong with making one exception?
Look, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I drew
and,
a
like, we
line
just
in
keep
the
pushing
sand
her the
without
entire
thinking
time.
about every possible grain on the other side.
Well, is there anything else we can do? This performance really means a lot to the guy we're working for.
Like, I understand that they're concerned about this troupe and, you know, their final performance and all that, but like, they are completely 100% disrespecting Furina right now. She's outright saying, I don't want to do this, and I don't know of anything else that I can do to help. I don't know anyone, I don't really have relationships. And they're just like, are you leave her alone. She said no. Consent. It's real. But like, this is what I mean. They're like completely out of character. Instead of just respecting her wishes when she says, I don't want to do this. I don't know any way that I could help. And I don't have personal relationships. I'm like, the only personal relationship she really has is with fucking Nouvellette. She doesn't have friends the way we do. You know, she has people who had worked for her, you know, Clarande and people like her, but they're not friends. She doesn't really know anyone. But we're just like, what about this? What about this? Just leave her alone. Like, fuck.
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would.
And her anger here is completely justified. Like, I don't know why Hoyo made these two like this in this quest. Like, demanding. Like, they first start off by fucking insulting her. And then they're demanding and being persistent about it. It's just like, this isn't the Traveler and Paimon. Like, it's like Paimon, as much as she would, like, make a comment about it, she wouldn't keep pursuing it.
Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh.
No, you have full reason to do
I wish I
that.
could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
It's all right, Furina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troupe will be so disappointed.
Oh, maybe Paimon should try some fake crying too.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can do now. All right, then. We'll see you around, Furina.
Come on, Traveler. Let's turn around real slowly and sulk. And pretend like we're crying and try to make Furina feel bad. We'll be seeing you, Furina. Oh, the poor troupe.
Toodaloo to you, too. I'm going home to take a rest now.
No. She just sounds so fucking exhausted. 500 years of fucking shit. 500 years of trying to play the the Hydro Archon, trying to keep up with those duties whilst trying to save Fontaine at the same time. You know, the meetings she has to go to with people, and she's just so fucking exhausted. And that's another reason why Amber is such a great fucking voice actress, because you could tell how, like, exhausted Furina is. Like, their models don't show it, but you can hear in her voice, this woman is just tired. You know, we hear from Nouvellette, where she's like, after he tells her about what Focalor and everything, he's like, she simply said that she was tired and needed to rest. Like, she's like so exhausted, and it's just incredible that this chick is still even around. Most of us, I think, would have offed ourselves.
It's not bad, but we have to respect Furina's decision.
Like, I think
The thought of performing brings up too many painful memories now.
like any one of us, I mean, if I was forced to do what Furina had done, I maybe would have made it like 100 years, and then I would have fucking offed to myself. I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
Oh my god, they're
That's
about to have
besides
sex.
the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
Consent. It's real.
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
Well, in all fairness, I mean, if you're doing that performance and that problem of yours flares up, can't exactly having you crashing on stage now, can we? Not very safe. So maybe give the guy a break and know that he was acting out of your the best interest of you, knowing that you have a condition that it just flares up out of nowhere, and for someone who doesn't like to tell people when it starts flaring up, he was putting your health into consideration, knowing that if you were to go on stage and something was to happen, more than likely he'd be and anyone else would be responsible because they could have prevented it.
Shortly after you left, the troop's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform. Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Yes, I am the adventurer.
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Furina go?
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal reasons.
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Oh, right! Sounds like
Oh,
everything
right.
worked itself out then.
Imagine if we had managed to convince Furina to join.
Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
True scolding of divine and archon proportions.
Jeez, is Lady Furina really so harsh with people?
No, no, she's not. Just with us, because before she arrived, we were fucking bashing her house. And then when she talked about the food she was eating, we bashed that too. And then when she said she didn't want to do it, we continued to be persistent and just... No, she's not harsh with people. We were just terrible fucking people at the time.
Only joking. Calm down.
Calm your
So,
tits.
Guess we can consider this case closed now, huh?
Yep.
Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Yeah.
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you.
I fully understand that.
So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
Spoiler alert.
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly. I'll definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day. I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show. So the last thing I want is to be left out.
Speaking of the doctor, how many apples a day does it take to keep the Dottore away? Does any... We need... Actually, I'm kind of interested. I wonder how many apples I actually have.
Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
Myself
You're
included.
right. I'm sorry.
Better
I
be.
let myself get too worried about the show. I should have asked for your permission first.
Consent. It's real.
Ends well. Sounds like the show will go on.
All's well that ends well. Wait here a second.
Sure.
I want to go bother Furina one more time. Oh, she's so pretty.
Hey, how did
Wait.
I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list.
I mean, which is a totally valid excuse. I mean, there are times I mean, I live right down the street from a fucking Dollar General, and I'll go there all the time, and I'll go and get my stuff, only to get home and be like, wait a minute, I forgot this, I forgot that. So, she's a human. Valid excuse.
All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me.
All right, I'm coming. Me too. Lady Furina.
Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
Furina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned.
She's just too good of a
deeply
person.
bit concerned. That's all.
Like, we don't deserve any of this
when
right
you
now.
came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things.
But you had the full right to do that. Like, the Traveler and Paimon were just like, oh, well, why don't you want to do it, Furina? I mean, if you don't do it, the troop is going to be let down. And, oh, by the way, you live in a shitty fucking house and only eat macaroni. Like, she had the full right to fucking bash them. I mean, if she had her hydro vision at this time, I would have been all for her fucking summoning some kind of wave. Some massive wave to just sweep them away. Let Paimon get her the way she was when we found her. You know, we'd have to fucking fish this bitch back up. But she has fully in her right. Like, just because she was the Archon and all that doesn't mean that you know, now that she's living this simpler life, doesn't mean you have the right to fucking bash where she lives and what she eats and then demand that she helps you. It's like, you ask her at first, but then you're demanding, essentially. It's like, oh, well, there's gotta be something you can... No, the bitch... No, she already said that there's nothing she can do. Respect her wishes and move on. I love you, Furina. I will defend you to the end, my queen.
And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down. I'm sorry, Paimon.
No, don't fucking apologize, Furina.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
And this is why she will always be the Archon. Because this chick over here, she doesn't have to apologize, and yet she is. She's just that good of a fucking person.
You really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you?
Just be happy I didn't ask about, you know, ask something like your measurements or something.
I felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me.
Change of heart. Great card. I don't know why, you know, they try to make it seem like it's super rare card. It's just mind control, enemy controller. There's so many other cards that do the very same thing of taking your opponent's monster and you know, but then again, this was like early Yu-Gi-Oh, so Change of Heart was pretty cool, but only Bakura had it. This really cool card, and only Bakura had it. You would think that every duelist would have a card like that in their deck. I mean, everyone and their mother has fucking Monster Reborn and Pot of Greed, which, what does Pot of Greed do? Oh, it allows you to draw 2 cards. For you people who didn't know. But Change of Heart, I mean, I think it's like, what, it's supposed to be rare. Oh. Let's just listen to it.
any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Furina star in our show?
There's no need to think like that, and no need to keep addressing me as lady. Just Furina is fine. I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but some things are just beyond our control. Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
At this point, Furina should be like, do you know how hard it was to keep up an act for 500 years while knowing that if I failed, it wouldn't just be, oh, performance over. It would mean the flooding and dissolving of every person in Fontaine. It's like, if I can do it, surely you can find a way to fund your troupe and all this. Like, come on. If anyone knows Furina's story at this time in this world, they should know that if she can do something like that for 500 years, knowing that if she failed, it wouldn't be, oh, well, it wasn't my best performance, and it involves everyone losing their lives, and she was able to do it by herself. Because again, if she told anyone, that ruins everything. So she had to do this on her own for 500 years. If she can do it, I'm pretty sure finding a financier or whatever, it's easy shit. Easy shit.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe. And tragically, she was a victim in the serial disappearances case.
Fuck you, Vache. Seriously. That dude. This dude was fucking taking women and willingly dissolving them. Like, now, I mean, in a sense, it's death because their human form is now gone. They're all Oceanids, right? At the time, they're Oceanids, and so while yes, they dissolve, they just kind of become one with the waters again. They can't become human again, but I mean, that maybe they would at that time if because with the Fountain of Lucine and praying for children and being blessed, so it would be possible that they could kind of reincarnate, but it was essentially death. They really couldn't come back. And this dude's fucking going around dissolving women on purpose.
What?
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice. But still, no sentence can bring our director back to us.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Furina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life, and convinced them to join her troupe. She wrote her own scripts, acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can, but despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart. It's agonizing, but ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
Oh.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Furina.
Like all throughout Masquerade of the Guilty, there's those particularly like right at the end, like with the trial and all that. That's a common thing. The Furina, but they do it. Let's see, they do it when Focalor appears. It's like Furina, like as the name. They have it when you go into like her mind and all that, and you're seeing her on stage. And then you're like, Furina. It's just like a common thing throughout there, just like, Furina. And then here we are getting, Furina again. It's the consistency and dedication to the line that really makes it stick.
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member. But only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely. We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director. Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epiclese is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high. The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them? An interesting answer. But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time. Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director. Things such as this I have never witnessed before, and so I should like to observe, perchance to understand.
Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh? You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
The name's yeah, it's not Swine, it's Paimon. Well, I can think of a few other names for you right now that aren't very family friendly with the way you've been acting and treating Furina. You're lucky she only calls you Swine. Uncultured swine.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Furina's performances, as of course we all are. All right, follow me. We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
Yeah, that's not the first time a woman's had to hear that. Dun 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 dun. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. delicious fish and chips. Actually, wait, yeah, get 2 of those. Those are really good. Fanta, Fanta, don't you wanna Fanta, Fanta? No! Estella! Stella! Aren't you... Oh. Oh yeah, that's what I was... I remember. That's what I was gonna look up. Let's see. Do I have enough apples to keep Dottore away? I just... Get the fuck away from me, Dottore. Get the fuck away. You know, because a whole apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, I've got 106 apples. Will that be enough to keep Dottore away? He's not dead, by the way. The dude's gonna be like fucking William Afton. He always comes back. That's because he has segments of himself. And what we destroyed was just a segment. Or a freaking, you know, simulation. Either way, he's not dead. How small and quaint.
Huh? Lady Furina?
What's Lady Furina doing here?
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Miss Furina will be supporting our production of the Little Oceanid in the role of artistic consultant. These 2 over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Furina on our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction. You bet! That was the trial of the century!
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
Oh, please don't mention it. We're just here to join in on the fun.
And I just noticed I wasn't, for some reason, I clicked the thing and it wasn't him. So I was just... So, yeah, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by the noticing of no sound, you can blow me later if you want, but we need to get this show on the road, or on the stage, rather. I'm a genius, I know.
So, you were saying
God.
the Little Oceanid?
Damn, that man is thick. Like, look at that shit. I don't know if it's the coat, but that man, like, he's like this, and then it's just outward like that. Damn, boy. Damn, boy. He's got a fucking double wide surprise. Like, what is, like, you could fit 2 Furinas inside this dude. Look at this shit. Oh, that's insane. It makes his arms look short because he's, instead of like this, his arms are out like that. His arms look so much shorter than they should. Like, it's kind of like with like we saw Revere, like his hands were just abnormally large and it just made him look goofy, like especially when he was doing this. Like his hand was like, he was like fucking Slender Man had a baby with salad fingers. Like it was crazy. But this fucking double wide surprise over here. Damn, boy.
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director. One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front, trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about. The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family. She longed to live just like any other human, and sure enough, she found friendship and even love. Everything seemed perfect But one day, her
The
true
Fire Nation
identity
attacked.
was exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
She died. The end.
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script. We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own. And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from two of our main actors. The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script, but the deadline's passed and we still haven't heard from him. The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since. He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
Huh. Although, now that we have Miss Furina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
For Lady Furina! For Lady Furina!
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop. You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way. I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing. But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
For Lady Furina!
Makes sense. Okay, priority number 1, let's check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending. He went back to Poisson a few days ago, said that staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Yeah, maybe he could use some company.
Poisson. Nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the show. So allons-y. To Poisson!
Allons-y! She pulled the doctor. To Poisson. Or fish. Poisson. Huh. Exit. Whither should the water flow? We are going to Poisson. Motherfucker. You pussy. Hopefully we don't have the issues here that I did during the Archon quest with the scratchy and cracking sound and all that. It only happened in Poisson and in Fontaine, like where the Spina de Rasula are. Poisson. Les poissons, les poissons. How I love les poissons. Give me your fish. Oh, hello, Fopper. What is it, Bubba? I know, you want some food, don't you?
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
It's me. Is the script ready?
You came all the way here for that?
All right. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
This is where he should just like casually drop like, all right, well, I guess we and Lady Furina will just wait outside for you. And then the door busts open like, Lady Furina?
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show. Even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are. And Furina, too.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
So, you're here for Palo? Looks like you could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime. I've made all the arrangements already.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll. Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet? We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do. And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point. But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
It's okay. These things take time. Moving on from a painful experience is easier said than done. Which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe. To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Furina.
So, like, they do realize that she was doing something, right? Like, she didn't just, for 500 years, she didn't just sit with her fucking thumb up her ass. Like, she was doing things to try to prevent it from, like, the whole act that she was putting, with, you know, her pretending to be the Archon, that was, you know, part of trying to save everyone. What happened in Poisson with the fucking water rising, that's nothing she could have known, and there's nothing that could have been done about it. So for people to look at her and act like, oh, well, they're not ready to forgive you, it wasn't her fault. She was constantly looking to the Fontaine Institute to see the water levels and this and that, while also simultaneously pretending to be the Hydro Archon to keep up this act, so that way the fucking Heavenly Principles don't just like flood the place immediately. So what more did they want this fucking woman to do? Like, what more did they want her to do? What did they wanted her to fucking come to Poisson and fucking save everyone herself? Like, give me a fucking break. Like, this chick did everything she could have done, and she was doing it by herself. The fucking suffering, we see her basically, you know, talking to herself before going to bed. We see the one moment where she fucking breaks down and just cries. And she had to do this alone. So what more do the fucking people want her to do? What more could she have done? Like, fuck.
It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina di Rosula, after all, like my father before me. Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with, so maybe she's right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
And, like, even... we don't even deserve being her friend. It's not that she doesn't deserve us, we don't deserve her. She is just too good of a fucking person.
I'm so grateful that Miss Navia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me, which, of course, I completely understand and accept. Yeah, I can tell people are watching me. I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydra Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
Look! There seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
Probably time we made a move.
Time we made a move. I will crush the skull of any person who tries to step to my Lady Furina. I don't care, man, woman, child. If you try to do anything to Lady Furina, you will fucking die.
How about we check out Spina di Rosula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
I would die for Lady Furina. Enzo. You're... Spina di Rosula. I used to work in the Court of Fontaine until the boss sent me here. No, the town was flooded. I came over here to then help the people here rebuild their homes. Take a look for yourself. The rebuilt Poisson is quite beautiful, huh? And that's why I moved here with the intention of settling down.
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll, and here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different side of you.
You know what? No. I'm not... I was gonna say something, but I'd rather not. You know, about dumping on, you know, all over me and right now, and... I'm a terrible person.
Great. Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet. I don't know whether you can tell, but
The years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their God would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You were only doing your duty.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated. Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne.
We don't deserve her. Like, fuck. Like, seriously, we do not deserve this girl. You know, the shit she went through, the fucking, she said something, like the lonely and like, we got to see what she was going to say to us, and, you know, she had that internal struggle of, well, he's just an outsider, he's a spectator, he's not from Teyvat, so I could talk to him and tell him what's going on, but what if that ruins everything? Like, no matter, we could have helped her, you know, at least get over it, you know, and helped her through it, but she still chose to be selfless. She still put the entirety of Fontaine over herself, despite that she'd been suffering with this for 500 years. You know, and like this chick, the entire step of the way has thought only of Fontaine. She put her own health, her own fucking mental health, just straining it constantly for the sake of Fontaine. And here we are afterwards, and people are looking at her like, oh, she didn't do enough, or she did everything. Okay, shit happens, and sometimes even divine intervention can't do anything about it. Okay, because even if she was to do something, there would be that risk of, oh gee, well, you know, they didn't know the heavenly, you know, HP was asleep. There would be the risk of divine retribution at the hands of the heavenly principles. So there's nothing she could have done. And the fact that she had to do this alone for 500 years, 5 centuries, 20 generations, she had to do this alone. And at the moment, she could have confided in someone. She chose to still be selfless. And she still thought of Fontaine as a whole. And she thought, even if I let him know, there's still a possibility of everything I've worked for just coming to an end and being ruined. Like, we do not deserve this chick. We don't.
Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves.
I didn't do anything, really. I mean, we took care of the fucking narwhal, but it was Furina who got us up to that point. If she hadn't shown that mental resolve for 500 years, none of that would have even been possible. She set the, I dare say, she set the stage for all of it to even happen. Because if she had, you know, like Focalor said, if she had let her mind falter in, you know, just once in these 5 centuries, Fontaine would have been doomed to the most tragic fate. But this chick, who was a human cursed with immortality, somehow had the mental resilience to keep going, where even Archons don't have that kind of resilience. The Raiden Shogun didn't have that resilience. She suffered a little pain, and what did she do? She locked herself in her little plane of euthymia, trying to pursue eternity, because she didn't want to keep losing people. She didn't want things to change. She wanted things to stay just as they were. You have the Tsaritsa, who had, you know, suffered loss, and look at her. Now she's cold and you know, no love, apparently the way they say, no love for her people and this and that. And yet this chick, who is a human, showed a mental capacity that was above Archon level. And that wasn't us, that was her. We just kind of fought the big bad. But had she not shown that resilience for 500 years, that fight with the big bad wouldn't have happened in the first place. She did everything. We just swung our sword around a little bit.
Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally regained my freedom. But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
Think of your freedom as your reward. 500 years of serving everyone else. Selflessly putting Fontaine ahead of yourself, even when you were right at the very brink of fucking breaking down and just possibly ruining everything you worked for. You still persisted and continued with what you had in mind and what you needed to do. So the whole freedom now, it's not about what you can do for Fontaine, but what Fontaine can do for you. Like, you've served us. You've protected us. Let us take care of you now.
Reward? I guess so. Back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing the secret I swore to protect. Believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same.
Thank you, Furina, for calling their shit out. Like, seriously, what was Hoyo thinking? They just... Like, if you're gonna make these two act like this, let it be to another character. Furina does not deserve that kind of bullshit. If you want to do it to like fucking A or Zhongli or fucking, I don't know, Auroron or, you know, anyone, let them. But Furina doesn't deserve this shit.
I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands.
Exactly. For 500 years, she was confined to Fontaine, She had to serve her life as the Hydro Archon, trying to protect the nation. Now, she can do whatever she wants. And even Nouvellette, said that when we asked about her, she said, he would, about the whole, where is she now? He says that, oh, well, you need not worry. I'll make arrangements to make sure she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. Like, if she wants to travel, Nouvellette can make sure she travels. If she wants to go to Mondstadt or Liyue, she can do that. She is free to live her life. Even if it is by herself, maybe at this point after serving the nation, she should just take the time by herself and just travel. Go to have our kind of journey. Start at Mondstadt and work your way through the nations. Get to meet the people we know. I'm pretty sure that if because everyone in Tevat, the continent, knows of what happened with Furina, about the Hydro Archon's divine throne and being shattered and all that. So if she went to Mondstadt or Liyue or any one of them, she would be welcomed with open arms. I'm sure if she went to Mondstadt, Jean and even someone as cold as D-Luke would give her the most amazing experience while she was in the nation. She just needs to take time for herself, forget about Fontaine for a little bit. She served nation of Fontaine for 500 years as a human. The least we can do is let this chick have some alone time and let her just explore. Be herself, go where she wants, do what she wants to do, eat what she wants to eat, and just feel what it's like to be human. Like, again, it's not what Furina can do for Fontaine. It's what Fontaine can do for Furina. She served us. Now it's time for us to give back a little bit.
All right, it's about time to head back. Paulo should have finished the ending by now.
Sure. Okay, let's head back and check it out.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is? I'm not about to pass on free food.
I would make another fat joke about this guy, but I don't want to be insensitive.
Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good looking. That's your job.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with junk all the time.
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again.
At this point, they should just fucking get married.
We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead. Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
Or several of them.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least. So now he's playing the boar instead.
Maybe he could have played a flock of cranes?
Sorry.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
I mean, when you think of some cultures, they revere boars. Strength, courage, wisdom. So, I mean, a boar, as delicious as they are, in other cultures, it's kind of like cats or, you know, playing a boar, especially one that takes in the Oceanid and raises them. Again, boars are seen as strong, resilient, wise in some culture. So, you know, maybe a boar may not be so bad, but I would love to see this dude as a flock of cranes.
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines too, like when he imparts some solemn words of wisdom to the little Oceanid. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy.
You know, I'm kind of thinking about the scene at the end when it's actually, I may or may not be able to keep it together. You know, going through this whole experience again, hanging out with Furina. I may shed a few tears, not like ugly cry or anything, but like shed a few tears because I love Furina. I really do. And the song and it, or cinema.
She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and once my family found out it couldn't be treated, they decided they didn't want me anymore. I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time. It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes. She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up. I know it was all a huge burden on her.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it. All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer, my parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage. The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer." It was just to taunt me, though. I was an easy target, and they knew it. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point. Thought the whole world was out to get me.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I was somewhere I felt safe. And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
The day you hoped would never come. How times change.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant, Miss Furina.
Furina? The Furina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
Same here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script. I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story.
a little Oceanid decides she wants to become a human against the wishes of her family. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city, but then disaster strikes. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land, as if driven by a consciousness of its own.
Consciousness? You mean the water is sentient?
Always has been.
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret. The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover, and the rest of humanity.
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them after that?
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love, one that extended to all of humanity. Surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
Like, she wanted to save just her lover, but, you know, it would have been kind of hard to, you know, for just him. It's like, I can't just give you water and then let everyone, you know, leave everyone else hanging out. It's got to be for everyone else, too. She's like, oh, well, I want to save you, and I guess I'll save humanity, too.
There's actually something else that bothers me. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible. What about if the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her, her lover makes sure her secret never gets out, and humanity continues down the path to extinction?
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me, and perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death, both arbitrary and meaningless. On the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, she disappeared without a trace. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly, all the signs seemed to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
The director was the kindest soul in the world, yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen? It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont might know something, but he won't open up to me.
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me. Because, well, speaking of the play being true to life, I was deeply, madly in love with Aurelie.
What? You kept that one quiet.
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel. I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her, and she never considered us as potential romantic partners. Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well, maybe then she could reconsider what she really wanted in her life. And now, that day will never come.
Paulo.
So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by O'Reilly. I won't let anyone get in the way of that.
And what makes it even more tragic is when O'Reilly died, she became an Oceanid again, like anyone else who was dissolved, and she became one with the waters again. But now that these guys are full humans, it's safe to say that instead of just dissolving or whatever, they'll return to the ley lines. So even in death, once this man dies, even then he won't be reunited with her. She continues to exist as an Oceanid, and this guy will return to the ley lines. So, which it makes the story even more tragic. This guy who wanted nothing but to be with her will never get the chance to even see her again in this life or possibly the next. So it's even more tragic.
In that case, you have to straighten things out with Vilmont once and for all, face to face. We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything. One of them has to compromise if we're ever going to reach a final decision.
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time to go visit Vilmont.
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But for the sake of our final performance, I'll do whatever it takes. Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone. Allons-y!
She's so fucking precious, I swear. This world does not deserve Furina. It really doesn't. And oh boy, I guess travel from here.
As if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour. Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Furina in a fight before.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her powers so it could be converted into Indemnitium. Miss Furina said so herself.
Precisely! And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
A damsel in distress that I will more than willingly put my life on the line for any given moment of any given day. I will die for you, Furina.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Aw, too bad. I was so pumped to feast my eyes on fight mode Furina.
Sorry to leave all the heavy lifting to you.
Don't worry, piece of cake.
Don't mention food around this guy, please.
So sorry.
By royal decree.
A moonlit night for all.
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Indeed, I'm gonna get me myself this chest first, and I'll see you in a second.
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Furina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop. We now have everyone except you.
So, you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone? I care just as much as everyone else about making the little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Viamont, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Viamont. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized the drink in question was synth.
Which is a drink that has small bits of primordial seawater in it. It's basically enough to give you a buzz and make you act goofy, change your mood a little bit, but not enough to dissolve someone.
Isn't that the drink paddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
Yeah, like right here. I remember that it induces a state of euphoria. It was meant to make you feel like you're high or drunk or whatever, but it also causes significant harm to the body. Yeah, and that's why it was it was like a black market kind of thing, because while yes, it got you a little buzzed and made you goofy, it did contain the very thing that at the time Fontanians were made of. So too much of it and that person goes oof.
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well.
But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
And then?
I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything. Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean, you were afraid? This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her! How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered. She was the love of my life. And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show. How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but that won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now? I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve. End my life so I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight. Go, get lost. I don't ever want to see your face again.
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you!
Now you got Mommy Furina stepping in. She's like, okay, children, stop it. Because right now, I mean, apart from us, who are, you know, very, very, very old, I think we're actually older than Furina. You know, from what the, our new clothes tell us, or what we learned from Nod Cry about, you know, thousands of years traveling through space. But Mommy Furina over here, 500 years old. She's like, okay, children, you guys have had your tantrums. You've said what you needed to say. Now calm the fuck down before Mommy has to fucking discipline you. And trust me, you may say, oh, spank me, Mommy, right now. But then that'll change. That'll change once I... Hello, Celestia. Look at the right over there with the tower right there. You can see Celestia ever so right there. Get the fuck out of here, HP. We don't fucking want you. Ever.
Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
You're right.
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters, to shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her, and that's what you should be celebrating. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything she did for you?
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other. If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director O'Reilly and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, for a moment there, it felt like our director was back with us again. If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle person.
Well, Paimon, sometimes the gentlest of people still have their breaking points. You know, just because they're gentle normally doesn't mean they're not going to lay a smackdown on someone or other people when you push them to the point of, okay, I need to discipline these fucking children because clearly they're not getting it.
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
What you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
So, the ending. What are we gonna do about it?
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters. When emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray. The end of the story needs to focus back on O'Reilly herself. She's the true star of the show.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims.
That is true. We did. It was just all stockpile. Like, it was just meaningless junk over in a corner. It was just, oh, hey, look, this belonged to the... But it's true. We did. We found all the stuff belonging to the women who were kidnapped and dissolved.
If you could find anything that O'Reilly left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
You really think that's possible?
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on O'Reilly's true feelings.
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now and wait for our good news.
Oh. I think now we have it go have a... I think we have to go see Monsieur Nouvelette. And then I think we also have to ask Nouvelette for permission to use the stage in the Opera Epiclese. The Opera Epiclese. Artifacts. How do they work? Kind of like magnets.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case? But, that case has been closed for quite a while now. Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit an application. Okay, please hold on. I'll have someone dig them out.
So, this is all O'Reilly left behind. Just whatever she was carrying on her person and this tattered old notebook.
Hey! It's full of script lines! And sketches too! Looks like they show where the different props should be placed on stage.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after she was kidnapped. Aha! I found something. To whoever discovers this diary. Let's see. Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. She even mentions the truth behind the experiments on dissolving young women. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vachey's guilt.
Vachey took so many lives. It's still so unthinkable how many victims he had.
Yeah, seriously, it's like people think this game is all hunky-dory and sunshine and rainbows, and then you have this dude who was kidnapping and dissolving women. Even though they were just turned into Oceanids again, you know, their mortal or their human forms were dissolved and they just became one with the waters again, they were still essentially being killed. And this dude was just fucking kidnapping them. It's insane, because even though they're basically at this point they were Oceanids, they still had families. You know, they still had families, they had friends, they had mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, cousins, and these women just disappeared. And unlike a traditional murder where there was some semblance of evidence, there was nothing with this. There was nothing, because they were just dissolved. And, you know, they were taken into a place where they wouldn't be found, and they were dissolved in these experiments. So these people were disappearing, and their loved ones had no fucking idea. Some of them probably just chalked it up to like, oh, well, they probably left Fontaine or something. Like, this dude was a fucking asshole, and while it's like, oh, he did it for reasons, I don't care. I don't care. He's a fucking dickwad, and he deserved everything he got to him in the end.
I guess O'Reilly must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would one day be of use to investigators. Wait, it cuts off. Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left. Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
She was so terrified.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her troop, but at the end of the day, she was only human. I can't bear to think how painful and lonely her final days must have been. Wait. This part on the last page sounds strangely familiar. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Isn't that the most important line in the Little Oceanid?
Because I am an older sister to them.
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision, even as she sat in silence, waiting for death to come. I'm sure this is what the troop would have hoped to hear as well. She had their utmost trust, admiration, and love, and she truly deserved it. Let's go. It's time for them to learn Director O'Reilly's final thoughts.
Like, this fucking quest, man, like, it's Furina's quest, but just learning about the director and the fucking shit she had to go through in her last, like, it's so fucking sad. And again, people were like, "Oh, Genshin Impact is just a fucking free-to-play gotcha game," and then you get amazing stories like this, like where you are physically like tearing up because of how fucking painful this stuff is. Like this, it's insane. And sometimes it's like I have no words to say, and I have, all I can do is just shake my head. It's like sometimes there are no words I can say because I don't think I can actually vocalize what I want to say, because it's just like, what can you say? Like that's, I think this is like one of the few games where it does leave me literally speechless sometimes, where I can't think of anything clever or whatever. I can't help but just shake my head and just how painful these things are. It's insane.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the audience the courage and selflessness that she showed in the face of death, then it's a meaningful way to end the story.
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a trail for others to follow.
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself. We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary. Well, Vilmont, if we put the past aside for now, do you think you can bring yourself to go ahead with the show?
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance to make this a show worthy of our director. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director Aurelie and her alone.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus. I have a feeling that this will turn out to be the most mesmerizing performance of your lives.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen them perform before?
Paimon, you clearly don't know how well a performance can be when people put their heart and soul into it. Okay, like if this is their final performance and it's for their late director, those emotions will come out and will be portrayed on stage, and those emotions will be felt by everyone there. Come on, Paimon, keep up with the rest of us.
Don't underestimate my experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role, pouring all your emotion into your performance. And aren't human emotions, love, hate, regret, and hope, just the most mesmerizing things in this world? I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Furina. And thank you for supporting us through all this.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of the ending and get it nailed down once and for all.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a proposal. During the curtain call, please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was originally meant to be played by the director. I'm just filling in for her. Besides, a role commemorating her life should be associated with her name.
Well, if you're sure you're okay with that, I have no objection to it.
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe. All All right. I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I go and procure a stage.
Procure a stage?
Oh, it's okay. Our usual place doesn't need a reservation.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show, we need an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course, mean the Opera Epiclese.
Whoa, wait, what?
No. That's never going to work. It's far too fancy for the likes of us.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that Aurelie's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine.
No, though that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
Go big or go home.
I have no problem with it then. How about the rest of you? I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It really is a dream come true.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me too. Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Neuvillette. I know just where to find him.
Probably in his office. All right, now you have to go talk to Monsieur Neuvillette. The Opera Epiclese. Monsieur Neuvillette. There you are.
Hey, look at that. Looks like I guessed right.
You were just...
Okay.
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Furina. And you too, traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event. You see...
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult. The story of the little Oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
Huh? What do you mean? Do I look excited?
Yes, and this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them, so I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and... well, here we are. In the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, but I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life. Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Why would you suddenly ask a question like that?
Well, if the little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire. The experiences and decisions of the protagonist Cleo are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited to playing the leading role. It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding acting talents once more.
Haven't I already made myself clear? I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exceptions. Nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off the stage. This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot, and it has already been well worth the price of admission. I must admit, though, I'm a little envious. They're quite fortunate to be able to bid farewell to their past in such a magnificent manner.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not. I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
Thanks, Nervalette.
You are very welcome.
Yeah, like, I don't get, like, Fontaine is, like, the only place I go to that has, like, this scratchy audio. Everywhere else is fine. But Fontaine, you can hear it in with that little thing right there between them, and you know, the first time I did this, it was perfectly fine. So whatever Hoyo did, it messed up audio here, like, badly. It, like, really fucked up audio.
Good news, everyone! It's done. The Opera Epiclese is booked. Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Nervalette was moved to provide us with a fitting stage for this special performance. We've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity, but we now have all of the ingredients necessary to stage a truly spectacular performance. A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast. Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
This is truly wonderful.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse. Fiumali and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to resonate with the audience now.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation? That's great!
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us. We've come so far. I never could have pictured this scene a few days ago.
It's amazing! Even though Furina's still being a bit of a drama queen about it all, she's really fired everyone up!
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your input.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
Okay, so now we're at the Opera Epiclese, and we're seeing the production here. I need to, like, mentally prepare myself, because again, tears will probably be shed, not like ugly crying, but I will most likely tear up, because again, I haven't really watched this since, like, you know, in game, since I did it the first time. So being able to go back and really truly appreciate, because I don't even think I appreciated the quest the first time I did it that much. I knew I wanted to get to the end, but everything in between, I don't think I appreciated that much. So I'm glad I went through it again, because it really is such a good fucking quest.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Leave this place, O little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time. If only...
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage!
Why does it have to be now?
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second now. Oh no, not again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
What? I thought they cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
I'm sorry. I've let everyone down.
You... This is a conversation for another time. How can the show go on without its star performer?
Miss Furina, I'd like to make a request of you.
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although, I do have one more line. But I guess another guy in the troupe with a similar voice register could take it. Why?
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. I'll sing the finale. From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that, everything's come full circle.
Thank you, Miss Furina. I'm so sorry to put you in this position after everything you said.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own fault for getting in too deep. No one likes regrets, myself included. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director. What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
It's her pure heart. Despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure, she never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
Well said. I leave Director O'Reilly in your hands.
Okay, here we go. There will be tears.
Is she here yet?
When will she get here?
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies, et la cité elle nourrit, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Je suis serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté, et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Furina on the stage just now?
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere? Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me. It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Furina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Oh, so it was Furina after all. She's back.
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack. Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
Daddy Nouvellette. Not only did he say he was going to be at the performance, he saw that as the perfect time to finally grant Furina an actual vision. And you can tell it was Nouvellette who did it. One, because he is the dragon, the Hydro Dragon Sovereign, but also when you see her vision, it's got like tiny dragon claws or fangs or whatever. This was the person that dispensed her vision was the original, basically, ruler of Hydro. So he saw fit to, it's like, well, better time than any. Which I think that's absolutely just sweet of him. Like, he's in the audience, but then he creates a vision for her, and that one comes down instead of the prop vision that they were supposed to use. And whether, people didn't notice this, they thought it was a prop, But little did everyone know, we were actually witnessing Furina getting her actual hydro vision.
Oh, that. I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it? I'll bet the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went. If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
Oh. Encore! Hello, sir, who's clearly from Inazuma. God, that fucking song, the visuals, it's so fucking good. It is so fucking good. Again, free to play. Yeah, never mind. We gotta go. Go. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster. Woo! We'll see Dolphy and her mysterious illness that's never mentioned. It's just a mysterious illness.
Ah, you're back. She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication. From experience, though, I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
How did the performance go? Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic! Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Furina was on the stage. You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to see it through to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
No, don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition. Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance. It's safe to say that you made your mark on this memorial show.
Well, one way or another, we did it. I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I never expect things to go smoothly in life. I'm just happy to know that we went out on a high note. That's all that matters.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring up all the time.
Oh, don't you start. I don't have the energy to argue with you right now.
Aw, you two clearly care a lot about each other.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean we never stop arguing with each other?
So, any plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to.
Not just Fontaine, but everyone from around Tavai will be coming here to see it, so... I mean, you can attract some really... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you got the likes of, like, maybe Lady Guji to show up to see the story that is all the rage right now. Give her some inspiration for some of her novels. But, yeah. I mean, it may not be them performing it, but with the success of it, A lot more funding coming in, better props, continue to perform in the opera epic class, get some high, like VIP sort of people showing up to watch it again. It's right as rain now.
You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the little Oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That would do wonders for your financial situation.
No, we should still disband.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
Hey, don't just walk off!
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Furina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well. What about you, Miss Furina? Any future plans?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go until I finally acquiesce. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I'd previously imagined. Maybe Nervilette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So maybe the show will go on for me after all. Yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, seeking only to hide the truth. But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others around them. I want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future. I'm sure this is what captivated director O'Reilly as well.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true calling. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
Then it's a deal. If a vision is a gift from the gods, then I should do my best to honor it.
It's so good. It really is. Let's go hand this stuff in, get this stuff done real fast. Let's see, 233. Yeah, jump down. Hello. Yeah, right? 7%, jeez. I always go back to Fontaine because I kind of like starting there. Just like our journey. Every journey has its end. Not for me. It always starts in Fontaine.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for
No.
Ad Astra.
Let's see. What's our next reward thing here? Oh, it's so nostalgic already, though. I mean, it's been out. The game's been out for 5 years, but that's this song, the "Bustling Afternoon" in Mondstadt. It's so fucking good. Nice. What is this? Okay, what is? Oh. Okay, whatever. Oh wait, no, I don't. No, 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 no. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yes! That's exactly what I wanted! Okay, Little Oceanid. I'm glad I got to do that quest again. It's... Again, I didn't appreciate it fully the first time, but... It's so good. It really is. It's so fucking good. Anyway, that's gonna do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.